Good day, everyone. My name is Florence Ngozi-Okudele, and you are watching the Multicultural Community Hour. I come from a culture where community defines the people. Community is everything. African culture believes that a thriving community is the foundation for fulfilling life potentials. We therefore place huge emphasis on making our community strong. This show is about our community and your community. Community is defined as a group of people living in the same place or having particular characteristics in common. It is also defined as a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. For an African perspective, community is a foundational aspect of life where individuals are inextricably linked to their social groups and are defined by their relationships within them. It's a framework for building harmony, providing meaning, and shaping moral values and identity. In African culture, community is all about building harmony and giving meaning to life. Community is therefore considered an essential aspect of an individual's existence. The show is about communities and their values, living, learning, and sharing together in harmony. Today we are joined by Abiodun Omoteke Adetu, a powerhouse in media and community leadership. From TV and radio in Nigeria to launching Kara Magazine and Naija Market Day here in Canada, she has built platforms that amplified African voices, celebrate culture, and empower entrepreneurs. Her work has touched thousands of lives, bridging communities and putting African culture in the map, on the map in Canada. Welcome.
Thank you
Welcome to our show, Abiodun.
Much.
I was reading your bio, and I must confess that, you know, it is truly, truly an amazing experience.
Thank you.
Amazing journey you've had. And to think that we have such an individual living with us in Canada, it's really, I would say, a blessing.
Thank you.
To our community, Nigerian community, and to African community.
Oh,
so thank you for being in our show today.
Thank you for having me.
We are so honored to have you. So today we are going to talk about the major project that you are doing, and that is the Naija Market.
Oh, yeah.
Please, can you tell viewers at home about the Naija Market?
Okay, thank you very much for having me. Again, my name is Abiodun Omoteke Adetu, and Naija Market Day is basically, you know, when you hear market, is market, but we do market differently. If you heard from Auntie's bio, she talked a lot about community, and that's what Naija Market is about, bringing the community together. Back home, we thrive in our market. Market is like the foundation of everything we do. You raise kids in the market, you network in the market, you love in the market. You can even find love in the market, and that has happened a lot of times too at the market here. And again, we have the trade and barter, we have the trading, we have the bantering, and a whole lot happens at the market, typically back home. And back home is in Nigeria or anywhere around Africa, because growing up, I traveled a lot across the African countries, and one thing is for sure, our market is basically the same. And so Naija Market is replicating that market feel here in Canada for us Africans, and, you know, for the larger Canadian audience to be able to come and enjoy what we enjoy back home.
Wow, thank you so much, Abiodun.
Thank you.
I mean, from my own perspective, I remember the first time I heard about Naija Market. I was kind of wondering, how is this going to be? What is it all about? And, you know, it was, I would say, an explosive event, because the people that went there not only speak about the fact that they felt at home and the fact that they can walk around and look. I mean, you can do that here, like window shopping, but it's different from the Naija Market, because back home, it's not just you liking, you might not sure, but the seller themselves tries to convince you on the reason why you need that. That is good marketing, right?
Yes. And again, for us, like you rightly said, the sellers, everybody, the vendors, us, we bring all our A game. Even you that you're coming to buy, you're bringing your A game, because when they tell you something is $10, you tell them, I want to pay 50 cents, and it goes on and on and on. And that's part of the thrills of the market as well.
Wow. So can you please outline to us what's the idea behind Naija Market? Because we already have shops, African shops, and all that already existed in Winnipeg. So why Naija Market?
Naija Market, yes. Thank you very much. One, I always like to say Naija Market was actually inspired by the Holy Spirit. I'm a Christian, and it came from me. I was just thinking about next big thing for me, really, and what I should do, and it just dropped on my mind that, you know what? When we go to the stores, yes, in African market, we have that too, because we are just who we are, right? But outside of the store, like you go to the regular retail stores, even when you see someone that looks just like you and you try to banter with them, or they are probably looking at you like, okay, I don't know, you mind your business kind of thing. Yeah. And I'm like, we don't do this in our stores, right? My kids, when they see any African, they curtsy, they want to greet. If you do that in a retail store, the person might just give you one side eye, like, what's she doing or what's he doing? So it was really from there to say, in the market, there's this sense of community that we don't have in a typical retail store. Yes, we have supermarkets and stuff like that back home as well, but there's something about the markets that unifies people and that brings out the best in you. And that's where Naija Market came from, to say, let's bring our people together from all across Africa, and even others can also come into, you know, the market as well. And there's the other aspect of the market is the sense of buying wholesale, because we have our major markets all across Africa where you go and you go for deals. So really, when you're coming to Naija Market, they were saying, come for those deals that you'll not see in a typical store. You get them at the market.
Oh, that's very good. Thank you so much for talking about that, creating the atmosphere of that enables you to practice or to be comfortable in your own culture. I like that, because yeah, sometimes things are so structurally made here that even our children that we are raising here sometimes don't have that freedom to be who they are. So I like that aspect when you made that statement. But moving on, I just wanted to know, why did you call it Naija Market, not Africa?
Okay, and I've gotten a lot of requests to say, oh, why don't you change this to Afro Market or African Market? And this also stems from something that is very personal to me. Africa, if I can use the word, crazy about Africa and everything we are. A lot of people always put us in this box, like we are just one very tiny city. Like you hear someone say, oh, I've been to Africa, I know Africa, and I'm like, oh, really, where exactly have you been to? Oh, I've been to Kenya, I was at the zoo, or I've been to one particular place. And I'm like, I am African, I'm Nigerian. I don't even know the whole of Nigeria to talk of the whole of Africa. We have 54 beautiful countries in Africa. They are very large, they are very beautiful, and they all have their identities. Why I call it Naija Market Day is because I want them to know that Nigeria does not define Africa, although we're a part of Africa. We have the Eritreans, we have the Somalians. I went to Botswana. It was a different ballgame. Yes, the market is simply, I saw my Igbo brothers there doing their thing, you know, and I've been to Accra, Ghana. The market is buzzing. We have different cultures come together as well. But I needed people to understand that Africa is too big to be boxed in one corner or to just one country. Naija Market stands as Naija Market Day, representing different African cultures, and outside African cultures also come, because we have the Indians, we have the Chinese, we have different people come be a part of the market, which we embrace everybody. But it doesn't, I don't want it to define the whole of Africa. Yes, our market cuts across the same way, but then the Ghanaians have their own special peculiarities as well. The different East, North, South Africa, we have different peculiarities that makes us very beautiful and unique.
Oh, thank you for saying that, because I feel, will other countries not feel excluded when they hear Naija Market and not Afro Market?
I know, right?
Afro seems to be the
more inclusive, right? More inclusive. Like I said, it's just like me doing something for Main Street, and I say, it's not America.
Yeah.
Main Street is a tiny part of North America, just like Nigeria is just one country out of 54. So
Yeah.
I want other African countries, yes, they are welcome to the market and they can be a part of the market and they are already a part of the market, but they can still also have their identity whereby we'll hear, for instance, Botswana market, and all Nigerians can also be a part of that. Let outsiders know we are larger than this small box.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Viewers at home, we are with Abiodun Omoteke Adetu, the founder and CEO of Naija Market, who is also a media mogul and a cultural ambassador and also a community leader. Today, she's talking to us on Naija Market, which is one of her projects that she started here in Manitoba. And it's been moving, it's been going fast, growing fast across, not just in Manitoba, but also in Canada. So I just wanted to ask you, what have been the success of the market so far?
I think the success of the market has been people. I have a mantra. I say the service to, the best work of life is service to humanity. And I've enjoyed a lot of community support across the country. I've enjoyed a lot of people, just coming to say, I want to be a part of this. A major aspect of it is also our vendors and our sponsors and our partners, because it's not just about coming to sell. It's almost like they're acting, because there are some scripts will tell them you need to follow this in your marketing, in your display, in your pricing. It has to go with this trend, and they do their best, to follow those. And that's why you see it at the end of the day, it is what it is, because really it's about everybody bringing in their A game to the market.
Thank you so much, Abiodun. I was reading part of your work, and I understand that the Naija Market has expanded across 8 cities already, which includes Brampton, Brandon, Hamilton, Calgary, Regina, Edmonton, Minnesota.
Yes.
Is Minnesota about to happen, or it has happened?
Well, it's about to happen.
Okay, good. Can you tell us more about the challenges you face already so far?
Well, so one, we are the only traveling African market in the whole of North America.
Wow.
And yes, moving from one place to the other could be a little bit of a challenge, logistics as well. But I mean, we don't see them as challenges. We basically see them as opportunities to be able to prove ourselves. We have new territories we are going into. We have to deal with health. And then, I mean, health has been super. And when I say health, the health inspection unit, they've been very superb at training us, because we do a lot of training for our vendors as well. They come around to train us. We do loads of training with them. And again, they're, well, not really big challenges, but things that we've been able to manage in getting the word across.
That's interesting. And I know when you talk about the health, it just brought another question to my head, that how I know that the Naija Market includes even cooking, selling pastries, and all those snacks. How challenging would that be with the health in the health sector?
Unit.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of our vendors, when we first started, didn't really, I mean, we're just used to doing things, the way we know best. Those ways, is not like they're bad, but there's some health regulations we need to follow and be able to. And that's why I said the health units across the country have been very superb, because they've taken time to, create documents. In fact, they've taken time to study, for instance, our meals, how we cook them, because these are the things we want to see at the market, right? So they take their time to look through those with us, and then, guide us in how to safely prepare them. Again, all our food vendors, they do this from established commercial kitchens, and they are all also established caterers or restaurants. They own their own restaurants as well. So it's kind of like easy for them to transition into the market, and the health unit has been very helpful as well in bringing us to speed.
I'm so happy you mentioned that, because I'm not cutting you short, but I'm just so happy you mentioned that, because I came to Canada, I came to Winnipeg in 2000. And at that time, we don't have many places that offer our kind of food. But, fast forward to now, it's like We have almost every restaurant, you know, when Nigerians or Africans are having their event, has been able to adapt their meals to what we can easily align to. So
Yes.
I feel that's a very, very big step. And thanks to you too for initiating all that, you know, like making sure that encouraging, I will say, like local growth
Thank you
from our
very much.
community.
Yeah. One of the things the market has also been able to do is, so for instance, I go to, let me use Calgary for example, and I said the amazing things that they are doing right there. And I see that it's not in a particular city. So I speak with the health unit in that city to say, oh, Calgary is doing this. Is this something you can imbibe? You know, they're doing it for our people. And they're like, oh, yeah. And they kind of like have internal discussions around themselves. And they are bringing change positively that affects us. Because if it's being done in a city, then it means it can be done. And then they are open to, you know, making those changes happen. And same thing happening here in Winnipeg. You know, there's some things that were not in place prior that, you know, they're working hard as well to ensure that it's all in place now.
Wow, thank you so much. Again, when we started in Manitoba, it used to be Friendly Manitoba. And I know we moved from Friendly to Spirited Manitoba, but I think I love that Friendly Manitoba. And the fact that you mentioned that, you know, the acceptance and the environment to be who you are and to, you know, follow your initiative and see it through is something that brings us back to that Friendly Manitoba.
Oh,
so
yes.
Thank you very much, Abiodun, for mentioning that. Sometimes I've heard people talk about the fact that, you know, initially people are not too sure what this Naija market, like people are still skeptical at some point, like until they actually attend. And when they attend, I will say that whenever people go there, they come out happy, okay? So they go with skepticism, but at the end of the day, they come out happy. I remember my daughter in Toronto calling me, saying, hey, Mom, did you go to this? The thing, how was it? You know, she was all pumped up that something huge like that is happening in Manitoba. So I guess my question would be, was this idea, how did you stumble on this? Like, I can't imagine, how did you come about this idea?
The truth is, and like I said, I always do not like to take credit for it. It was developed and the manuscript handed over to me by the Holy Spirit, and that is the exact truth. And yes, we put in the work to ensure we execute, you know, everything. But
I mean, sorry, the Holy Spirit will not give me an idea where I don't know anything. So I will also say that He has seen something in you that made it. You must have that.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, with my background, I've been doing events since way back when in Nigeria. I'm in the media space. I've been organizing, and even in my day-to-day volunteering, I do a lot of events back in Nigeria, here in Manitoba. So yes, I had the education, I had the skills, I had the experience. And then it was just this idea that was added to it that, oh, what if we do this? And then I was able to say, oh yeah, that seems like a good one. And I started developing, you know, strategies, putting things and, you know, researching more about it and all that. And that's kind of like how it came about. But one of the major successes of Naija Market Day is that, and you're very right, especially for the vendors, and I have to give a big shout out to the vendors the first set of vendors that came on board, because they didn't even know what it would be like. They just kind of like just signed up like, okay, if it's good, it's good. If it's not good, it's not good. But they came and their feedback was everything that gave me the ginger to say, okay, we can do better, we can do more. Because the first person that registered owned an African store.
Wow.
And then she registered, and then the other sets of people like that. And for our first event, I think we had close to 70 vendors. We had to put others on a wait list, you know, and that was the very first event. And we are guilty of one thing. If you're visiting, well, and it's open to everybody. It's not like it's just for Africans or anything. Everybody come, and they're like, oh, wow, we enjoyed ourselves. We had this. We'll see people of different cultures eating with their hand. There was a lady that came to Brandon. She was from, what's that? Is it Serbia?
Serbia.
Yeah. She was like, when she came in and she saw people eating amala with their hand. She was like, oh, she used to do this back home with her grandma. Oh. So if for her, it was just that cultural connection. And she went dig into the amala, you know. And then when Brampton and some people came, they were married to Africans and their kids had never traveled back. I think they were married to Ghanaians. And she was like, they were hoping to go to Ghana. But then she thought, let me bring my kids and myself to the market so that they have like a pre-feel of what they will get when they get back home. And they brought her kids. They were with her husband. No, the husband didn't even come. The husband is Ghanaian. She didn't come. They came. They had a whole lot of fun. I mean, we have so many people. They come. They try out the outfits. Last summer in Brandon, too, there was this mom that came with her son, and then they wore their African attire. They're like, oh, we are now Africans. I said, yes, you are. And, you know, it's just that exchange of culture for people to be able to come in and just enjoy who we are alongside us. And they're surprised that, oh, you can price. I'm like, if they give you a prize, you're not comfortable, call me. We'll price it together. And, you know, it's just all the fun about it.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, viewers at home, we are talking to Abiodun Adetu, Omoteke. I always love that middle name. Omoteke. I don't really know exactly what it means, but it's so nice to.
And I'll tell you the meaning.
Okay.
And that's I have two best names. That's one of them. And Omoteke means a child that ought to be pampered.
Oh.
So you have to pamper me if you call me that name.
Lovely. I just love the name, but I really didn't know what it means. So, viewers at home, we are talking to Abiodun Omoteke Adetu, who is the founder and I will say an entrepreneur and founder of the Naija Market. But she's not just in Naija Market. She's also a media mogul and a cultural ambassador. So when you are looking at somebody to ask questions about anything about African culture or African things, please feel free to contact her. Does people have a place where they can contact a website?
Oh, yes. We have a website for Naija Market Day. It's Naija, that's Naija, and market is the same market spelling, and day is www.naijamarketday.com. You can also call me 431-374-5605. And you can send me an email as well, either it's info@NaijaMarketDay, info@NaijaMarketDay. I think that's a straightforward one that you can get me on.
Exactly. Thank you so much. So it's info@Naija Market Day. Naija spelled Naija. Market Day. Okay. So thank you so much. I guess my next question will be more on the market as well, because today we are talking about the market. Actually, what I'm wearing was from one vendor that has also attended Naija Market, and I saw it. I'm like, oh, this is cool. So I had to go to her house to go buy this one. So thank you so much for making us have variety. I remember in 2000 that I came, there was no variety. It's whatever you brought from home you have until you travel again and then you come back with more, another one. So thank you for providing us that opportunity for Africans that are living here to have that opportunity to celebrate their culture in the aspect of market. But what can you say about the Canadian workplace, like being in the entrepreneurship business and being a business owner yourself and having been in communications, and how do you see the market or even the whole entire workforce? I would say the African immigrants, their workforce, what did they tell you?
Okay. I've once worked before. I was in a 9-to-5 for about 3 years when I got into Canada. Well, prior to that, I'd been an entrepreneur back home for close to 10-15 years. So it was like coming here, I had to like start all over again, and all that. But I mean, it's a beautiful experience. Not everybody will be an entrepreneur. But the thing is, I think it falls both ways, because for the employers, you need to, when you say you want inclusion and you want to bring Africans into your business, know that Africans are very intelligent people. Know that Africans are they aspire a lot. So we aspire to do great things. I might come in at grade 1, but I want to be at the highest grade, later. So also there are some things that are natural to us. So for instance, we are very friendly people. We don't want to have a colleague that would not even look at our face. We want to be able to chit chat on the job and we are still productive. We want to be able to bring our food to work. Like, I eat sandwich, yeah, and I eat burger and other things. But the truth is, I'd rather have my meal. I'd rather have my meal at the workplace. I've been at a workplace and a very respectable place where they told me I can't even eat anything that has spice. I'm like, just sack me because really everything I eat has spice, right? You can't bring your jollof rice. Jollof like is like eating rice, right? You can't bring that to work, right? Those are things like this would affect our productivity because if we are not eating our meal, we are not happy, right? So, I mean, there are other things too to consider. So when you're saying you're inclusive, be inclusive to the letter, you know, learn to know us and then you can understand us better. Some people will say the way we talk, it seems they're aggressive. Oh, no, we are not aggressive. We are just expressive, right? We like to express ourselves. So these are some of the things you should learn to know the culture so that you can, you know, assist or help your employee be better. And for us too, that we are going into the workplace, right? We have to be able to balance it, right? We are in this society. We have to learn how to, you know, learn the culture of the workplace, learn the culture of the people, and try to blend in as best as we can and put our best feet forward. But do not let anybody bring down your shine. You're an African, you're a Nigerian. Let them see it the way you are and love you for it.
Wow, thank you so much. Viewers at home, we are talking. Our guest today is Abiodun Omoteke Adetu, who is a professional entrepreneur and a community leader dedicated to promoting African culture and empowering the African diaspora in Canada. With a passion for storytelling and cultural presentation, she's also the founder and editor-in-chief of Cara Magazine. And I wanted to talk a little bit of Cara Magazine, and that is in respect to your last answer that you just told us. I was wondering whether through Cara Magazine, do you educate people on diversity? Because what you just explained was more or less some of the some of the knowledge that, you know, we talk about in diversity.
Yeah, I mean, you said something not too long ago. You said you love Tuke, but you don't know the meaning of Tuke.
Yeah.
And that is to say we are both Nigerians. She's from a different culture from Tuke, which is Yoruba culture. We don't even know ourselves that well. Like, we know ourselves, but we don't know the nitty-gritty. For instance, if she speaks an Igbo language, I'll probably not know what she's saying. So how can someone then box you into the whole of Africa? So, and that's what we use Cara to do, to educate the populace that we as Africans, we all look alike mostly, and the blacks as well, some look like us. I mean, I was at an event recently, Africana event, and there was a Jamaican that came. It looked exactly like my uncle. I had to find out my uncle's picture, and they were the same age range. I showed people around him. I didn't show him. And they were like, "What? Is that you?" And he looked at it, was like, "Is this my twin?" That is how close they looked like twins, right? So basically, Cara helps educate the populace about Africa. I don't even know everything about Africa. I'm still learning through Cara and through other means as well. I'm learning about Africa. I'm learning about our history, our culture, our heroes. And I grew up in Nigeria. I got here in my 30s, right? So how much more kids that we are bringing up here, how much more you that you're not even a part of the culture. So we use the magazine to educate people a lot about our food. You get recipes, our fashion. We also use it to teach self-love to ourselves and our kids growing up in this part of the world, to say you're beautiful the way you are. Your culture is, it's not just the zoo. Like, I don't even know if I've ever been to a zoo in any part of Africa. When I go to Kenya, I've been to Kenya before, I went to see the city. It's such a beautiful place. But a lot of people will go there and say they were at the safari. I'm like, of all the things to see, yeah, you want to see the animals, but that's not that there is towards us. There are heroes that we talk about, heroes of the past. We talk about, like, the Wall of Benin. You know, a lot of people don't even know about it. You know, we talk about things like that. We talk about music, about food, about movie reviews. There are a whole lot of things we use Kara to educate the people. Yeah.
And Kara magazine, is it online or is it?
It's currently physical, but in the next edition, we're going to have it online as well, so it's
Online.
more accessible
Okay,
to
so that people can
Yeah.
access it at home.
Yeah.
So if viewers want to check out Kara magazine, how do they get that?
Just put on Google Kara magazine, and
Kara is with a
Kara, Kara magazine, and it's made just for you is the motto. So yes, Kara magazine, and we was able to get something.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. And again, I'm still on Kara magazine, which Toke is also the producer. Toke has talked about Kara magazine being an avenue to kind of have something for our children to fall back on and to read at their leisure time. It's a magazine that explains a little bit about our culture in a more relaxed form that children can also understand and kind of align themselves with what they are reading in there. So check that out. If you have time on your spare time, please check out Kara magazine. It's going to be online, and you can also check out Naija Market. Through Naija Market, I'm sure there will be a link to Kara magazine as well. But today, viewers, we are talking about I am so excited about the Naija Market because it's one thing that started small but is now exploding. But I just wanted to maybe pick your brain on the recent happening around Canada trying to diversify. Do you see Naija Market? I mean, maybe you haven't thought about that, but do you see Naija Market as playing a role in trying to connect Canada or Manitoba farmers with some of your patrons from Africa? I'm not sure. It just came out of, but I was listening to the news today, this morning at CBC, and CBC was at operating from Steinbach, and they were talking about the farm and the markets and stuff, and all the what's the tariff that is going on. So I'm thinking, as an immigrant from Africa, where do we come in? And guess what? Naija Market. So I'm thinking this is an opportunity.
Yeah, we have actually thought about it. There's something actually in the works to be able to connect us from this side to the other side. But then one of the things we are also being careful of is exploitation, because when, especially from this part of the world, there is some level of lack of trust between what's happening here and what is happening down there. We don't want our farmers to feel like, oh, they're coming to take over our land, because, like I always say, your identity, the nation, the country, the continent, we have an identity. We have people that they know the land, they work the land, and we won't want, because you have more money or more technology, we want it to come enhance, and we want there to be a mutual respect and mutual connect and mutual trade between both, and hopefully that can happen. But yes, we have something that we are kind of doing in the works.
I mean, I just thought about it this morning when I was
thinking about us.
I was watching the news. I'm like, oh, that's an opportunity for Naija Market to knock on doors and say, this is what we can do.
And one of the successes, I know you mentioned earlier, of the market is, since we started with, like I said, like about 60 vendors. Right now, we're over 1,000 vendors.
Wow.
And of these vendors across the country, one thing that has stood out is from the market, a lot of them were some of them were doing it as side hustles. Hustle, like I still have my 9 to 5, but yeah, let me just do this one small scale. But they have now moved from that small scale to medium scale. Some have moved to larger scales. Some are now owning their own stores. Some are now getting their licensing for their products. And some are having their products on shelves on retail stores, and they just started like, oh, there's this market coming, let me see if I can do something.
And that was how it started. To a store and I saw this sauce. It said jollof rice sauce. I said, ooh, jollof rice sauce. I bought it.
How was it?
It was good. I mean, I wouldn't have thought about that, but somebody, when you mentioned that, I said, oh, that's where the idea came from. Thank you so much.
And we have a lot of our vendors, right now in different stores, African stores, but even the larger retail stores. I'm thankful to them as well. They're taking us in. Special appreciation also to vendors that are not Nigerians or Africans, but they just want to come be a part of the market. Because the thing is, when you go to any markets across Africa, like I said earlier, I was in Botswana. Botswana is close to South Africa and Zimbabwe. My Igbo brothers were in the markets, right? Meaning that although it's a Botswanan space, we have different people from different tribes. If you go to Accra, Ghana, you see our people there. If you come to Nigeria, you see Chinese, you see Ghanaians, you see Cameroonian. Different people are in that market because it's open to everybody. So we've approached some vendors and they'll be like, oh no, I'm not an African. I don't want to bring my products there. And their products is a product anybody can buy. So why not bring it to this market? And for people that come in at the Fox just this summer, we were told that we had over 25,000 footprints, meaning over 25,000 people came to witness the Naija Market Day. Do you know what that could have done to your business?
It's huge.
For the Christmas market, it's starting in November in Calgary. So we are going to November, we are going to Ottawa on December 6th and 7th. We are going to Toronto December 13th and 14th. We are coming back to Winnipeg, Manitoba Museum at Holloway on the 20th and 21st. Please make sure you're there. And we're going back to Brandon again on the 27th. And, you know, it's market like you've never seen. And you'll be seeing African Santa for the very first time. So you haven't seen an African Santa before. Make sure you come and come see an African Santa.
I'm excited and I want to be part of this one.
Oh, yes. And we're having a spice taste as well. So, you know, we love spice. And I know Asians do and some other people, and just, you know, regular people, Canadians, Americans, UKers, they also love spice. So if you know you can really take the spice, come. We have a spice challenge. It's pepper soup challenge. A lot of you, pepper soup is just meat cooked in spice, hot spices. So if you know you can take the heat, come and be a part of it. And we'll have loads of things for you to win as well at all of these markets.
That's so exciting. I'm so excited that something is happening during winter.
Oh, yes.
Here, when you said December in Manitoba.
The shivers came.
Yeah. I'm like, usually winter time, things don't really happen that much. So people expect things to begin to open up during spring and summer, but I guess Naija Market is coming to
yes.
It
will be indoors, don't worry, and we'll have the pepper soup for you. And we are also planning to have
would be nice.
Métis. You know, Métis, all those Hausa teas that they give you hot chocolate. It's hot chocolate, but they call it Métis. It's Hausas that make it. So we'll have that by the door. So as you're coming in, you have that to keep you warm, and then we can get...
Chai.
Yeah.
Chai. Meshai.
Oh, yeah.
So there will be Meshai there.
Yes, there will.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I will go test that one. So thank you, Abiodun Omoteke. Toke.
Yes.
In short form, Toke, short form. I like calling the whole thing Omoteke. And the last one being Adetu. So the full name is Abiodun Omoteke Adetu. And we are hearing from the producer of Naija Market, who is here as our guest today, talking to us about what is happening, what the future holds for Naija Market. I know we are running out of time, but I just want to ask this question about what the other stores are talking about Naija Market. Do you see Naija Market as competing with other African local stores? Oh,
on the contrary, we are creating avenues for businesses to thrive, businesses to scale. So for instance, just at the Fox, they said we had 25,000 footprints. Will 25,000 people come to your store? No. But there, because again, at the market, you have people cutting hair, barbing hair. So it's not just those selling food, right? We have people barbing hair. And we have one of the best barbers in town that is always there, KB, shout out to him. He's been in this city for maybe like 20 years or something, right?
More than.
You know, so, I mean, he has a store, but he would leave his stores and come to the market. And in fact, KB went all the way to Calgary with us.
Wow.
You know, he's been to Brandon as well. So, and for the African stores, they also come. I told you one of the people that registered for the very first market was an African store owner. So, I mean, what we do is enhance, you know, what they do. And we also put them out there because, for instance, someone might not even know there's this store at this corner. But when they see you at the market, you also speak and connect with them. They know, oh, you're here. We'll come to the store to get more things. In Edmonton, EcoMart and several other marts They closed their store. No, they didn't close their store. The stores were still open. They had staff there. They brought a lot of things.
Wow.
And people from there got to know, oh, you guys are here. Oh, you guys are here as well. Okay, nice. So it's just a way to also connect with your vendors and open up your business as well.
Good. So what's your dream about Naija Market? Where do you see that going moving forward? Are you going to be doing it more on a monthly basis? Are you going to be doing it quarterly basis?
No,
or is this something that will be happening once in a year?
Yeah, because we move around different cities, right?
Yeah.
So it might be once a year for a city. Okay. Because again, like you rightly said, we have all the regular stores doing beautifully well, right? And then we are just here to do this massive event once in a year, everybody come out. So yes, the stores will still be doing their thing, but yes, we'll come out, say once in a year in a city or twice in a year, like summer and winter. And there are so many cities, right? So, and we have a lot of requests to say, oh, come to this city. Oh, why are you not going to this city? Are we small? Are we this? Like, oh, we are coming. So yes, we are opening up also in the very near future for partners to come along with us in some cities that we might not be able to get to. So partners to come, and then yes, very soon after that as well, we'll be doing some franchising as well. Okay. So, but our dream is to cover the world with the African market. Wow. With the African, everything African in us. We are taking it around the world, and you all can be a part of the history and the story. Wow,
that's so lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are so honored to have you today.
Thank you.
And I know everything that is big started one day, started later. Yeah. And I was just wondering, is this part of part of the Naija Market?
So I'll tell you, this is from a Naija Market Day vendor.
Wow.
I think her name is Candy. My face.
Is it handmade?
Yeah, she sourced them.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is from another vendor. I call it my big sister, Patience Ijama. I got this from her. This earrings is from another gold vendor, BC Gold. She sells gold. This is from another vendor, Noel. She does this handmade.
Wow.
Practically this shirt is from another vendor, Media Vaccine. Practically everything I wear, my hair, in fact, my face. So I was like, some people will come to me and just gift me things. So one of our very Butterbloom, she was like, oh, sis, your face needs to be more shine. You know, you're our representative like that.
Yeah.
So she brought products for me, and then I started using them, Butterbloom by Ade, and their products are good as well. And I think she does lips as well. I did the lip gloss from her as well.
Really?
So, and there's another vendor that sells hair products, so I use them on my hair, and a whole lot of all of that.
Yeah, I must commend the hair because I know it's becoming difficult and
especially with the weather.
Very hard to take care of your hair.
I know.
Naturally like this. I was just gonna ask, how do you?
We have loads of products from our vendors that that can help you with your hair. And again, there's this sense of, I told you earlier that my daughter went to school with her hair and her teacher called her hair crazy. I felt very offended, and I went there and I gave them a piece of my mind. Yeah. And I want our kids to see their hair. Yeah, it could be a little bit hard because of the weather. In Nigeria, your hair is not that hard, right? But the weather here is somewhat harsh, so it kind of affects, and your hair kind of falls off as well. But I mean, I want to go out. If I choose to wear braids or wigs, it should be by choice, not because I don't feel comfortable with my hair. And a lot of the time now, I go out with my natural hair so that the kids see me wearing my hair, outsiders see me with my hair. Oh, your hair is nice. Oh, thank you. And they just understand this is what my hair looks like. It's not a wig, it's my hair. And, we have very beautiful hair as well. And I can decide to also weave it or put on wigs if I choose to, yeah.
Nice. I like the authenticity of the whole thing about Naija Market and the originality that comes with it as well. I think viewers at home, when you're looking for something authentic and something original with African culture or African market, please check out the Naija Market, and you'll be able to find one or two things. And I am so excited having you on this show. So excited that you are part of us in Manitoba.
Thank you.
And I think Manitoba is blessed to have you.
Thank you.
If there is one person that have contributed and is still contributing to the expansion of our community is Abiodun Omoteke Adetu. I mean, I knew when she came in. I think I knew. I came in before you, definitely. And she has been doing wonders in our community. So I want to use this opportunity to appreciate what you are doing and say congratulations on the Naija Market and the Kara magazine. I will not forget about that because those are for the young people coming up. So please check that out. Remember to check that out at your own spare time. And also to thank you again for how you are moving the community and the culture ahead as we move along in our new society. The Manitoba is our new home, and we are here to stay, and we are here to also make our children feel welcome, feel comfortable as they go along in their day's activity. So our final question is, if you are to make a wish, what will you wish for Naija Market?
I mean, I think my wish would be beyond Naija Market. Like you rightly said, I'm very passionate about our continent and our countries within the continent. And my wish, my very first wish, would be to eradicate the word black from our vocabulary. And I appreciate all the institutions taking doing the extra work to understand that Africans, if you put black and you put African, Africans will pick Africans. We need to understand that the word black, although it is now accepted as a norm for everybody with my skin color, it is not norm. In my opinion, and I think from what I've read, it claimed from the trade era where there was this level of superiority to some certain people. If we say we have taken that behind us, we see all humans as equal. Why then do you still place that label black on us? Why do you say we are still beneath? Because black, really, we try to make it look fancy and say, oh, black is beautiful. When you think of black, really, what comes to mind? Dirt, dirty, down, everything ill really is associated with black. And white, angel, heaven, all the beautiful things.
Is it what the media made us?
This is what they have made us. Yes.
The media took it.
So we are trying to say, oh, black is beautiful, black is golden, black is this. But really, what does it cost us to actually call us who we are? We are Africans, right? And Africa, like I always reiterate, we are 54 beautiful countries.
Thank you for that perspective of sharing your wish about Africa. I also share some of that because I prefer to be called an African and rather than being black, but hey, I'm a Nigerian, so call me a Nigerian. But yeah, thank you so much for being here today. Viewers at home, if you want to get in touch with Abiodun, you can email her at info@naijamarketday.com. Thank you for being listening. Thank you for viewing the show with us. And you are also watching Multicultural channel.